today I'm going to be doing another experience video, and the last experience, and you know, I have to start my videos out like that with This experience video I did, I think, was about me stalking a guy in high school, so it's been kind of a while since I've done one. But today I'm going to be doing my driver's license experience. I don't know, I was just trying to think of another experience video to do, and I haven't done one in a while. So, and if you guys, I'm gonna try to look at the lens instead of looking at the side lens, so it doesn't look like I'm not looking at you guys. Right now I'm not looking at you guys, but I'm gonna try to look at you guys. I see you. Okay, so yeah, that's what today's video is going to evolve around, is my driver's license experience. Okay, so I'm just gonna start like way back in the day, because I am 25 now. This was back when I was 16. This was a long time ago. 9 years ago, guys. 9 years ago. Okay, I seriously feel like an old lady now. Wrinkles! I have wrinkles. But anyways, so it's all taken place back to about when I was 15. So I don't know what state you guys live in and what the driver's license, the law and all that is for you guys in your states, or if you guys live not in the United States. I don't know what the rule is for you guys, but we had to be 16 before we could actually get our driving license and drive by ourselves, instead of having a person 21 or older drive with you so that way you could basically just drive any time of the day. So 16 was a big deal to get your driver's license. And then I know, like, in school, we had these people that just were not interested in getting their driver's license, so they just walked all the time or rode the bus, and they just had no interest to get their driver's license. And me and my friends were totally not like that. We was ready to get the hell out of high school. But not only was we ready to get the hell out of high school, but we was ready to drive a freaking car, and we was ready to have our license. So I could not wait for my 16th birthday to go take my driver's test. And before that, can I just say, like, in all honesty, if you guys are not driving yet, the written permit test, in my opinion, of course now I don't even think it's written now, I think it's on a computer, but back when I took it, it was on paper, and I failed the written permit like 5 times. 5 times before I passed it. What a loser. So the written part of the test, if you guys are just now getting your permit or whatever, it is so much harder, in my opinion. Like, it's not like it's hard, it's just the questions are like, the answers at the bottom, they give you like 4 choices to choose from, like the right answer, and like they all sound like they could be right in a sense. Like, at least that's how it was whenever I was reading it. I was like, okay, this could be the right answer, and this, like, you can narrow it down to 2, and then you're just like, both of these sound right. So all I can say is try to study for it. But I studied and still like had a hard time with it, but some people do, some people don't. Anyways, not the point of the driver test, Brand, not the point. I just wanted to quickly say that I thought that that was harder than the actual driving test itself. So anyways, me and my best friend Marissa we wanted to make sure that we were ready to take our driving test. So I spent the weekend at her house a couple times, and her parents had this old Jimmy, like, if you guys know what a Jimmy is, like this old SUV type old car, right? It was just like an old clunker, right? But it was I can honestly say that it was a blessing. A blessing. We was just really glad to have that freaking thing, because it really helped us in the end, just to do a lot of different stuff. So her parents let us take this Jimmy out, and we drove it in her field, because they lived up on like a hill, and then they just had like this field out, like all the way across was like just a big ass field. And so we drove the Jimmy out, and then there was hay bales set up. We had like hay bales out in her field, and we would drive the Jimmy around out through there, and we would practice parking at the hay bales and backing up at the hay bales, and we would just practice basically. And this just sounds so crazy, a way to learn how to like drive, but we did it a lot. And we also we jammed out too. We had her it had like an old tape player in it, and we had that thing that you can connect into your CD player. Telephone, I'll be right back. Damn phone, I should have unplugged your ass. So so that was my husband, so I had to take a quick phone call. Anyways, so back to where I was, driving the Jimmy. Is that what I was talking about? Because now I forget where I was. Shit. We were practicing driving the Jimmy with the hay bales, and we had a CD player in the car that was hooked into the tape player so we could have music. So of course we was jamming in this old clunker driving around the field, you know, and thought we was cool. But, you know, I kind of still think it was cool because not a lot of people have an opportunity to drive without a driver's license and not get caught. Well, we did it, and we had a hell of a time, and hey, we learned how to park, and we learned how to back up, and we learned how to parallel park and all that right there before the driver test. So it was always great. Of course, we did have our permits, so we did drive with like our parents and stuff, and we did drive like, I think it was if you had to have somebody, I forget if it was 18 or 21, you had to have somebody in there with you to drive. But you know, that was never any fun, at least not for me. I cannot drive with my mom. Sorry Mom if you're watching this video, but damn. Oh, the whole way down the road with your mom is just like getting yelled at, you need to slow down, you need to watch the speed limit, you're going too fast, or you need to get, just, you know, bickering moms, you know how they are. So, yeah. And to this day, when I go with my mom, she always drives. I never drive. I guess she just doesn't like the way I drive. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, so now we're back at the DMV. So, my birthday is in January. So it's time for me to go and get my driver's license. I was so nervous, but honestly, it's not as bad as you think it is. You're nervous, of course. Everyone's probably nervous their first time taking their driver's test. And I was nervous, and I think I took my mom's Blazer. She had a Blazer at that time, and drove that thing because that's what I drove around most of the time anyways with her, and I was kind of used to driving it. So you definitely want to be comfortable in a vehicle that you have practiced in before. And I also real quickly will say that before you take your driver's test, try to get some practice in and try to just practice parallel parking because it is kind of tricky. Like, it's easy. I think it's pretty easy to do, but that's a little different now because I've been driving for years, so I can say that it's easy. But for somebody that's a new driver or is not very experienced with behind the wheel, just practice parallel parking. It's the main thing that you got to get down. Everything else is pretty cake. Of course, I don't know what everyone's driver's test is going to be different. Obviously, where you live, they're going to have you do a different route, and they're going to have you do different things. But I'll just tell you from my driver's license experience, that's what we're talking about today. So I went to the DMV. I think my mom came with me, and the lady that I had to take the test with was just really hateful, in my opinion. Like, she was just I didn't feel comfortable with her. Like, she just was kind of like, okay, let's go get this shit done and let's get it over with. Pretty much, that's what I felt like she felt like she just hated her job, or she just didn't want to be there. She was just kind of like, eh. And you know, that's really not comforting to know when you go to take a test that you're not comfortable driving with someone else. So then you're going to be even more nervous. So my heart's just like this the whole entire time. So we get in the car, we get in my mom's Blazer. She's having me check my mirrors. The first thing that you do when you get in the car, check your mirrors, put your seatbelt on, and you check your lights. She does all this like checking stuff first. They check everything to make sure it's working properly. And so the DMV is like here. Okay, I'm just gonna try to show you guys in a way that you can understand. The DMV is like in the front of the road, and the main road's like just right over here, and the DMV sets there, and then you just have some parking places up front, and you have a do not enter sign over on this side that is where other people can park, but you have to go around this way and go around the back of the building and then park over there. You can't like come down the main road and turn in there because there's a do not enter sign there. So you either, if there's no parking places up front, you have to go around the building. So I had to explain that first so you guys know what I'm talking about. So here I am in the front of the DMV, and we're backing out, and so we're going to the place called Brighton Park, which is down in Moorfield where I took the test at. So I'm backing out, getting ready to go out on the main road, you know, checking and signaling, make sure you signal. God. So it was just like a mile down the road that I had to go, literally. Maybe 2 miles, I'm gonna say at the most. It was 2 miles down the road that I had to drive on a pretty straight road. I get up to like a turn, I take a right, and I go down, the park's on the right. I pull in there, she just wants me to regularly park the car in a parking place. So I park, do that perfectly, and then I back out and we go back to the DMV, and then it's time to, actually, I think I might have told you guys this all wrong. I'm sorry, let's back up. Back to the DMV. Go back in time. So before I pull out to the DMV, I think the first thing that I did was that I went around back to the building to parallel park first. Shit, guys, I can't really remember now. Yes, I think that's what they have you do first, is parallel park. Shit, I'm sorry. I got my story all fucked up now. I'm really sorry. Please forgive. So anyways, I'm pulling out of the DMV. We're going behind the building. I told you guys completely wrong. So we're going behind the building to parallel park first, and then you get like 3 tries, I think, to parallel park, and if you don't make it on the line, they have a line there that they want you to line up with, then you automatically fail. So I think I did it, I think I got it on the second time, and I paralleled perfectly the second time, so then I passed that. So then I drove around the back of the building and come out the other way that you're supposed to go out, but you can't enter that way. So I drove out, and then we went to Brighton Park. So back at Brighton Park, where I was, backing out, going back, and then back to the DMV. And then it was the next thing that I kind of remember, because I was so nervous, so nervous the entire time. I just wanted to get it over with so bad. The front of the building was full of just cars. And so I pulled into a parking place on the left side. And I just remember that the girl that I drove with, that was just bitchy the whole way. Anyway, it's just a real, just kind of just nasty in my opinion. Like, I just didn't really, I don't know. And she was just kind of like, well, you did exactly what I didn't want you to do, and you failed. And I was just like, fuck. I failed my first time because I went into a do not enter way. And that is how I failed my driver's test the first time. And it was so embarrassing, and I was embarrassed to myself that I even did that. And you know what the sad part was? Is that before we left the DMV, this woman told me, okay, just make sure whatever you do not pull into the do not enter way, because that's what my last girl did, and you fail. And what does Brandy do? She, on the way back, pulls into the do not enter sign because she was in a state of panic because the front of the building was full and I didn't know what to do. It never occurred to me to just go around the back way because I didn't know if I was supposed to do that or not. Do you guys ever just feel like sometimes you just don't know what to do? It's like you want somebody to tell you what to do, but like I didn't ask, obviously, because I was just too nervous and freaking out, that I just pulled a freak out move and pulled in the do not enter way, which I could have been in a car wreck and I could have possibly got hurt, or could have hurt her, or it just could have been a whole mess. And then, you know, the police would have showed up, and then it just would have been like, yeah, it could have been worse than what it was. But yeah, never pull into a do not enter way. But anyways, it was so bad, and I just thought, I was like so stupid because she told me do not pull into the do not enter before we left the DMV. And what do? I pull into the do not enter. How does that even happen? How? I'll tell you how. It's nerves. It's nerves. And sometimes when you're nervous, you forget things, and your mind kind of blocks things out, and you just forget because you're so nervous. And then when you get back to a point where you have to make a decision, you're just like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, there's a parking place, but it's over here. Let's pull in there. No, it's a do not enter way. Dumbass. You fucked up. You fucked up. That is super embarrassing for me to say, but that is the reason why I failed, is because I didn't follow the signs, didn't follow directions, and went in the do not enter way, which could have caused a major wreck, or could have caused a head-on with somebody. I mean, it could cause a lot of problems, so never go in a do not enter way. So anyways, I went back. I think you had to wait so long, or a week or something, or go back and take it again. So I went back and took my driver's test for the second time. I had a different lady the second time that was really sweet. She was really quiet kind of lady. She was just kind of really quiet, but she was really nice and really sweet. And I liked her a whole lot better. I felt so much more comfortable with this woman. And so we went back to parallel park, and I think I got it on, I might have got it on the first try, I think, the second time. So I got that, went to Brighton Park, come back, and the front of the building again was full, so I pulled around the other way, went around the back of the building, parked my car, and she said, congratulations, you have passed your driver's test. And I was so happy. I passed my driver's test the second time. But that is all for my driver's license experience video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, if you guys are going to take your test, try not to be nervous. Just try to practice as much as you can, and the main thing is just try to think maybe in your head that, okay, you're driving with just pretend like it's your mom, even though it's a complete stranger, or you might even know them, who you never know, I guess. But just try to think good things, and don't get too nervous like I was, to where I just fucked up really bad and messed up just completely awful. And but yeah, it happens, shit happens. I'm sure I'm not the only one that failed my driver's test the first time. So, and you know, it wasn't because I couldn't drive, it was just because I didn't follow directions and I just messed up. So yes, that is all for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this experience video, and if you guys want to see more experience videos, I'd be happy to film them for you guys. I love doing these videos. I like just telling you guys about my life, even though some of you probably don't give a fuck about my life, but I just like talking to you guys about my life, and just letting you guys know what has happened in my personal experiences. So please give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and leave me some feedback down below, and subscribe to my channel. I'm really close to 300 subscribers, so my goal right now is to get to 300 subscribers. So please subscribe, because there's a new video every single week. My virus, oh my god. My laptop actually has a virus currently, so my laptop is currently getting fixed, and hopefully I can edit like one day this week, so this video will be up soon. So if I'm a couple days late, please understand, because my computer got hacked into and has a virus, and now I'm waiting to get that fixed currently, so I can't wait to have it back, because I'm kind of like crazy without my laptop and stuff. But yeah, phone's ringing, I gotta go. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I love you guys. Bye guys!